I think that when you look at Joe Biden's policies, you see a lot of really great things. He supports equal pay for women.
But won't Joe Biden's socialist agenda damage the economy? I read on Facebook that Joe Biden is, in fact, the famous Marxist revolutionary and guerrilla leader Ernesto Che Guevara, and I also read he eats babies.
Here at Vote Save America, we ask a lot of you. We've asked you to adopt a state. We've asked you to donate. We've asked you to volunteer. We've asked you to follow Travis Helwig on Instagram. No, we didn't. Don't do that. And so many of you have signed up. 300,000 of you have adopted a state. We've raised almost $30 million to win the Senate and millions more to fight vote suppression, flip state legislatures, and keep the House. But some of you, let's face it, are stragglers. For example, some of you could be phone banking, but you're nervous to take that first step. You're afraid to get yelled at. You're afraid you'll screw it up. You're afraid you'll fall in love with a baritone outside Pittsburgh who can't talk long because he's busy doing push-ups and baking pies for neighborhood seniors before heading back to the firehouse. The truth is, you'll get a bunch of hang-ups, you'll get a few genuinely inspiring and helpful conversations, and yes, it's true, one or two bad interactions, but once it happens, you'll realize it's no big deal. It's fine. Some good calls, a few humdingers, and you did your part. And you'll be glad you did. So now it's time for a segment we call Talk to Strangers to Save Democracy or Explain to Friends Why You Didn't. And we have a very special guest here to show us various ways these calls can go. Please welcome the star of the hit series 1600 Penn and absolutely nothing else, Josh Gad.
Thanks, John. It's been a dry spell since we did that show about a decade ago. Thanks for bringing me back into the limelight. I appreciate it, bud.
Oh, I just like to help my friends,
Yeah.
get you some exposure.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm hoping for a reboot, a la Roseanne, that we can get the whole crew back together.
I've said this before, but if Trump hadn't become president, I'd be just a writer on some uncontroversial Roseanne reboot. That's what I'd be doing right now. We'd be on season 2, huh? Maybe John Goodman would start a business.
Yeah, just think, America, that could all be yours 2 months from now. If things go the way we want them to go, John can still have that fate. We can deliver that. It is so surreal to be here together after all of these years of begging you to be on Love It or Leave It. Begging. I mean, literally like tracking you down at parties and being like, do you not like me? You don't want me on the show? Did I upset you by not getting us a season 2 pickup, even though that was outside of my control? Like, what's your problem? Why are you a dick?
I want you to know that I knew that this was coming. And I said, I'm so excited to have Josh on. This is going to be the perfect thing. But we just all need to understand I'm going to have to eat some shit. Here's how it's going to work. Josh is going to play our undecided voter receiving a call from a phone bank. Isabella, hi. Welcome. You're on with John.
Hi, Isabella.
You're also here with Josh Gad.
Josh Gad, you don't know this. We have a picture together from when I saw you in Book of Mormon.
Oh, I'm so grateful. Great to be
Isabella,
reunited again.
I like it when the excitement is directed at me. Hi.
Jon Lovett. Jon Lovett, you're the first man I've put on makeup for in probably longer than the pandemic. And
Wow. and just lost on me. Isabella, thank you so much for doing this. So you've graciously agreed to be our phone banker. All right, Here's how it's going to work. We're trying to show people that phone banking is kind of fun. And yeah, sometimes the calls are great. Sometimes they're kind of just okay. Sometimes people can be a little rude sometimes, but it's okay because that's the goal. You're going to make as many calls as you can and get to some good voters. And sometimes you got to deal with some bad calls and it's going to be fine. This is just a demonstration. So we thought we'd use the Biden-Harris platform. So you have the script. You have the prompts. Josh will be the person you're calling. We're not sure how it's going to go. Isabella, that's the thing.
Just convince me.
You got to just convince him.
Just convince me. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
Are you ready, Isabella?
Okay, I start with the first call. Are we going chronologically?
Yes.
Okay.
We are. Call number 1 is about healthcare. And Isabella, if you have any questions, if you want to phone a friend, I'm here. Okay. All right. Call number 1.
Hi, my name is Isabella, and I'm calling on behalf of the Democrats. And I was just wondering if you currently have a plan to vote.
You want me to vote? Oh yeah, like you even know what that word means? No one will explain it to me.
Well, as you may or may not be aware, we have an election
I'm
coming.
not. I'm not aware.
We have an election coming up for president in November,
Got
and
it.
you
This
might
November.
this November, yeah,
Mhm.
November 3rd.
Okay.
And voting has already started. There's already in-person early voting. I don't know what state you're in. What state are you in, Josh?
I'm in a state of boredom right now because you're really boring me with this talk about elections and stuff. Here's the deal: is I'm watching a rerun of last night's basketball game, and
Okay,
so I
cool.
sort of but like I guess why don't you tell me a little bit about like who are the guys who are on the ballot?
Okay, well, I know an issue a lot of people are voting on and feeling really passionately about is healthcare. And so the two people
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. So
okay,
I don't believe in the concept of being sick. Now,
okay.
when you say healthcare, are you talking Tylenol, preparation aids? What are we talking about exactly?
Really all of the above. So Joe Biden
I'm
is,
sorry. I'm so busy right now filling out forms for my medical debt. I do not have time for this.
well, that's really great because Joe Biden has a healthcare plan that's really
Here's
comprehensive.
the deal. Cheryl, is it, or Tammy? What?
It's
Look,
Isabella,
right.
totally.
So all these politicians are the same. You know, one wants to give me COVID, the other probably
Well,
does too, right?
that's I know a lot of people feel that way, but
Hey,
Trump really has no health care.
stop talking for a second. Barack Obama follows my wife on Twitter.
Wow. Well, did you know Joe Biden, who's running for president, is Barack Obama's running
Listen,
mate?
I'm going to be
Was
honest with
Barack
you.
Obama's
I
running
just got out
mate?
of the shower and
Yeah.
I'm on a WAP wet ass phone call.
Yeah. No, that's that, but I know
Yeah.
earlier you talked about medical debt, and I wanted to
Right.
let you know that Joe Biden in his plan wants to end surprise medical billing
Right.
and wants lower
Here's the problem with this. I thought this was originally going to be a three-way call with my best friends talking to me about the boys they like at school, and now you're telling me to vote. You
Yeah,
know, I registered to vote when I was 18, and I never looked back, not to check if I was still
that's
registered, not to learn about local elections, not for
that's
anything.
so
So,
awesome that you registered to vote when
right.
you were 18. And I really think that you should definitely like maybe make a plan to vote, because I know registering is a really great first step, but there's a lot of different ways to vote, and it's good to have a plan. So
Right.
do you have a plan?
I'm calling it. I'm calling it. That was a huge success. Huge success. We
Yeah,
got
I
a
felt like
plan.
she really convinced him.
You pushed
I don't know if I
through.
can do anything.
You pushed through. It was a hostile call. You
Mm-hmm.
pushed through. You got out some healthcare information. You mentioned that you made a connection because Barack Obama both follows this person's wife on Twitter and
Which is awesome.
was the president when Joe Biden was the vice president, and you got him to think about making a plan to vote despite a hostile call. We're calling it a
Is that
win.
really hostile? I thought he was
think it
gonna
is.
yell at me.
By
more.
the way, I think it is a win, and I just want to say I'm very curious who his wife is now. Like, I want to know more about this character's arc and,
Yeah, sure.
and like what his wife did to earn the respect of Barack Obama.
Well, and about his friends,
And
the
about
guys
his friends,
who want to
yeah.
talk about the guys they like. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Intrigued.
Time for call number 2, Isabella. This call is about economic issues.
All right. Hi, my name is Isabella, and I'm calling from the Biden-Harris campaign. Is this Josh?
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
Good. I want to also talk to you because I keep researching. Is possible for me to vote for both of these guys? They both seem like they work so hard.
Wow. Well, great question. I'm happy you've been engaged in the democratic process. That's really awesome.
No, not engaged. Married for 15 years now.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations.
Thank you. Second wife, twice removed.
Wow. Well, congratulations. But so unfortunately, it's not possible to vote for two people. But so I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Joe Biden. I'm calling from the Biden-Harris campaign.
The white one, the 90-year-old.
The Biden-Harris campaign.
Biden. Yes.
Yeah, he was Barack Obama's vice president. You might have heard of him. You might have seen, some stuff on the news. Do you have a plan to vote right now?
Yeah, I want to do it.
You want to do it? Do you know how you're going to do it?
I'm going to do it by voting.
That's really awesome. Are you planning to go in person? Are you maybe planning to?
No. my wife and I don't want to die.
That's totally understandable. I know a lot of us have concerns about COVID right now. So, are you have you requested a mail-in ballot?
No. Well, I said to my wife, we should get one.
Yeah, no, I think that's really smart. Well, it's really important. I don't know if you've heard of votesaveamerica.com, but
I don't. No, I don't know. I don't know of any .com, but I know about taxes. What you can tell me about tax reform?
Oh my gosh! Well, thank you so much for
Can
bringing
you can you check to see when my refund is coming?
Well, I don't know if I can help you with that, but I can tell you a little bit about Joe Biden. He wants to raise taxes, higher taxes on the 1% and big corporations, but
Which percent is that? Am I in this? I've never been good at the math.
Well, I don't know. I don't have access to your income, but he really only wants to. He also has planned to expand rent subsidies for low-income families and provide tax credits.
I don't know what those are, but listen. I ask you this: what's stopping me from getting rich? Maybe one day my music career can take off. I do ABBA covers.
That is really, and that sounds really cool. I love ABBA. I'm a big fan of Mamma Mia. But, maybe until then, one thing Joe Biden really wants is he's pushing for a $15 federal minimum wage.
I'm not that sure about the Joe Biden. I loved him in Goodfellas and Home Alone, the little short guy with the Italian accent. But does he really have what it takes to be president?
I think that when you look at Joe Biden's policies, you see a lot of really great things. He supports equal pay for women.
But won't Joe Biden's socialist agenda damage the economy? I read on Facebook that Joe Biden is, in fact, the famous Marxist revolutionary and guerrilla leader Ernesto Che Guevara. And I also read he eats babies.
Well, I know there's a lot of information on Facebook, and I know some of it's reliable and some of it's not. What I do know is that Joe Biden has plans to expand the child tax credit as proposed in the CARES Act.
Okay.
I know a lot of people have
I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Here's the thing. What I loved about what I just heard is about 15 seconds in, Josh decided he was a very old Jew. Then 30 seconds in, he realized he'd been married for 15 years, which was not enough time.
Second wife, though.
That's what came next. Second wife, twice removed, which I also loved.
Right.
And Isabella pivoted. All right.
She did.
Steered you away from Facebook misinformation. She related to you. She didn't laugh when you said that you were an old doing an ABBA cover.
Right. She said to me, the things that you've heard about him being Che Guevara and eating babies, those are just not true. And I appreciated that because I needed to hear that in order not to believe it.
Yeah, that's fair.
As a voter, I don't know how to fact check that information unless you call me. So that was helpful.
It's hard.
All right. Isabella, you are crushing it. All right. You're bringing in a bunch of outsiders. This is, I have to say, the hardest task we've ever given to anybody. You have to know policy. You have to deal with this maniac. All right. And you're crushing it. His music career. All right. It is your final call. He's an old Jew who's worried about it. Doesn't know if he's in the 1%. He's on his second marriage.
Yeah. He's a Florida
Who knows
guy.
if they're in the 1%? How would you know?
By the way, I'm not going to lie, Isabella. I actually did phone bank and got a guy that inspired the impression I just did for you. That is a true story.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Final call. All right. Let's see what version of a phone bank recipient Isabella gets this time. I'm very excited. This call is about criminal justice. All right, Isabella, it's your last call. Let's close the deal, Let's get this done.
Right. Hi, my name is Isabella, and I'm calling from the Biden CARES campaign.
Oh my God! Actually, how can I convince you to vote?
Oh my gosh, yeah, no. So I'm already planning on voting. I'm planning on voting early in person. How are you planning on voting?
I'm planning on voting with both fingers on the trigger, a mask on the face, one of those face shields covering my eyes, and the most badass plastic cover I can fit my body into. What was that? You want to talk about criminal justice reform? Yes!
Yes! Oh my gosh!
I love justice and I love criminals. And I need to know more, yes.
Absolutely. Okay. So do you know anything about the Biden-Harris campaign or the Biden-Harris criminal justice reform plan?
Let me ask you this. Is there anything I don't know about the Biden-Harris criminal justice plan?
Oh my gosh. Well,
Because
it's so exciting to get to talk with someone so excited to vote.
it's so exciting to be listened to and to hear someone else who also wants to vote as badly as I do.
Absolutely. Did you know that Biden and Harris are planning to decriminalize marijuana?
I'm just going to make this simple for you. There's nothing that can come out of your mouth with the words Biden and Harris that I don't already know. But listen, here's the deal. I want to vote for Biden. I've always wanted to vote for Biden, even
Awesome.
before this year. But I just needed someone to call me on the phone and ask me to say, vote for Biden.
Well, I'm here and I'm happy to be
No, I'm
chatting
just
with
messing.
you.
I didn't need that. I was just teasing.
Oh my God.
I'm as jazzed as you are. I just ran up the wall in American Ninja Warrior, rang the bell, and received this call, and I'm all in. I'm listening.
That's so incredible. Did you know that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have a plan to eliminate private prisons and the death penalty
Yes!
and cash bail? Isn't that?
It's incredible. Can I tell you what I do? I just take calls from unknown callers all day, hoping that they too support Biden Harris. And
That's
this is
awesome.
like the start of a friendship that I think can go on beyond November 3rd. I'm hoping, and I'm just putting together a list of people. So if you could give me your social security name and address, I would love to see where this friendship goes.
Really awesome.
I'm calling it. That's a vote. We're going to call that a vote.
Yeah, that's a vote.
Isabella, convinced.
What an incredible job showing people that phone banking, sometimes people are a little bit hostile. Sometimes they don't know what's going on. Sometimes they're super fun and enthusiastic, and you make a friend who asks for too personal of an types of information. That'll happen, you know? But it was a nice person who was talking to you about how exciting it was to vote. Isabella, thank you so much for being on the show. You did such a great job showing people how to phone bank.
Jon Lovett, I need to tell you something that I don't think you know. So I'm a PhD student. I'm getting my PhD in chemistry. And I just think that you at Crooked Media don't know how much of science you power, because like everyone I know who works in a lab, all we do all day is listen to podcasts. That's all we do. And so
we power science.
You power science. And I feel like you don't like give yourselves enough credit. Like I'm studying hepatitis B, and like basically I just like am waiting every day on Monday when I'm like pipetting my assays, like, okay, like when's the new pod safe gonna drop? I'm so bored. Like,
can I ask you a question? Is anyone in the medical community inspired by 1600 Pen as well, or Frozen, or anything like that? Did it not?
You know, I have listened to Frozen in lab before. I'm not gonna lie, and like done some singing to Frozen. Absolutely. So I would say, yeah, I don't know if I've ever watch TV or movies in lab, but like,
yeah, I was hoping for a more direct connection like the one you gave John, but it's cool. It's cool.
You know, yeah, I'm sorry, Josh, but we had the connection over the picture, you know?
Yes, we do.
I feel like it's
Isabella, don't indulge him. Thank you so much. Yes, and by the way, I don't know how you can listen to the show and think I don't give myself enough credit, but I understand. I understand the point that you're making. And Josh Gad, it was so wonderful to have you on the show. We've been trying to get you on here for such a long time. The scheduling has been so difficult. You're constantly making Frozen movies. I tried to book you, and then it's like I can't. I gotta go be Olaf. I'm shooting Avenue 5. I'm so busy, busy. I would love to be on. Maybe next fall.
Oh, whoa.
And to everybody listening, you can sign up for a virtual phone bank right now. You can do it from your couch. You can do a bunch of other volunteering too. Just go to votesaveamerica.com/volunteer. Isabella, wonderful. Josh, we'd love to have you back on next couple of years. Try to find out.
Yeah, totally. I can't wait.
Yeah, maybe
to either do this together or from another country. It'll be great, depending on the results of the 2020 election. Love you guys.
Bye, everybody.
So